internet of value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days, just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution forward.
Take on it.
There's trillions of dollars parked around the world. XRP.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over Swift one day?
Well,
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 24 Hours Crypto. Let's get right into today's video. We got a late episode today, but we got a lot to cover. Very important information. We're going to go over the IRS tax relief. Okay, they're giving us a grace period for 2025. This is monumental. We're going to go over that very briefly. And we're also going to go over how Tether just profited $5.2 billion in 2024, half one. Okay, I don't understand this, especially given their employees. Wait until you hear the number of employees they have. It is just crazy. And take a look at this video that Ripple just released. And they make it very clear that they're backed by over 10 years of on-chain experience. And if you guys have been following me on this channel for a very long time, I have been preaching how Ripple has been building this infrastructure for the past 10 years and how important that is. And this is pretty much their pitch book for advertising now. Stability shaped by experience, right? Experience backed by over 10 years of on-chain experience and stability shaped. Like, this is just monumental. Like when people see what XRP does, it's going to completely blow your mind. And that's why I always say expect the unexpected, because what we're about to see in this crypto ecosystem is something that no human has ever witnessed before. And it's going to be truly eye-opening for many, many individuals, okay? I want to set the tone right off the bat. Why is the media keep telling us to buy Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin? That's all they talk about, and they don't talk about anything else. There's so much better opportunities in this crypto ecosystem that people are going to miss out because of the media. The media is not educating these investors correctly. Take a listen to what they say here about Bitcoin and how they're making it seem like the best thing you can put your money into. And then we're going to come back and do some rough calculations on what makes more sense, XRP or Bitcoin. And this is really going to open up your eyes here, okay?
It's a little bit hyperbolic, but I would ask you just talked about how others, whether it's the ETFs or you got to look at these central banks that may start to snap up Bitcoin. We know what happened during the gold rush of, the 49, and everybody rushes in, the supply goes down, price goes up, and then suddenly there's nothing left. How do you avoid getting caught in any kind of maelstrom or vortex?
I think Bitcoin, if you look at it over the past 13, 14 years, it's only been down 3 years out of the 14. And one of those years was just, obviously during the COVID, when all markets were down. So over any period, you can look at Bitcoin, and it's gone up on average somewhere between 29 and 50% a year easily. And so my recommendation to my kids, for example, is that put just a little bit away every month in Bitcoin and forget about it and just watch.
Okay.
And over 2, 3, 4 years, it grows, and that's what people do. You're starting to see Morgan. I think there was a news item on one of the news wires this morning that E-Trade was possibly going to start providing crypto trading services, and you already have Fidelity doing that. And if Vanguard and the other ones start opening this up, that's a huge market. And then you start looking at insurance companies. There was a bank the other day.
What I would recommend, and then he says what I would recommend to my kids. Listen, they don't even know what they're talking about, okay? Everybody should be 99% into crypto, okay? Not financial advice. Just think about where we are. We're at $3.5 trillion pretty much, okay? And we're going to go to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 trillion dollars 100%, $100 trillion 100% before our lifetime, okay? Very soon these numbers are going to go through the roof, okay? And when you hear the breakdown of what makes more sense to buy, Bitcoin or XRP, you're gonna say, wow, I can't believe the media is this bad. It's this bad. They don't talk about anything else. They will only talk about XRP and other coins when they're doing really, really well. Okay, look, XRP is at $2.50. We're about to see some crazy, crazy price action. Strap in. Let's get over to Tether quickly before we get into the price breakdown. Tether reports a net profit $5.2 billion. They have 50 employees as per LinkedIn, their LinkedIn profile. And when you go on Google, it says they have anywhere between 50 to 100, but less than 100 employees. They're profiting $5 billion in just the first half of 2024. And they're doing it with less than 100 employees. That is absolutely insane. When you compare them to any other, or even the banks, right? They profit, some of them profit double, triple this, right? 15 billion, but they have over 100,000 employees, 50,000 employees, and they have less than 100. Tether will have its day as well. Some of you guys think it's FUD. Realistically, it is not FUD. If you just look at on-chain analytics and the data, Tether, let's see how long they, push for it, but it will have its day, or it will operate in an unregulated ecosystem with what it's got right now, about 200 billion, maybe scale to 300 billion, but it would just do its own little ecosystem and not entertain any of these institutional capital that's about to pour into this ecosystem. Let me know what you guys think of that in the comments down below. But now let's get into this breakdown. First of all, of this tax reporting, they're pretty much delaying it until 2026. We still need to report and keep track of all the buys and sells, okay? But let me tell you one thing. This just kind of gives you a little perspective of what's really going to happen. They're probably going to push this tax reporting and this whole viewpoint on how you report taxes in crypto, because 99% of the individuals out there have not been tracking anything. So they may even implement some sort of easy tracking or easy tax reporting for crypto where you don't have to report everything. Again, think about it. We're all going through an educational phase. So as this crypto ecosystem grows, these tax reportings are always going to change. I will tell you that right now. Given what I've seen working in a regulated ecosystem at the bank previously, things change all the time. And especially when you're talking about tax reporting for crypto, where you have Trump on one side saying, hey, guess what? We might have no tax for crypto for US-based cryptos, right? There's a lot of uncertainty. Whatever you hear right now, obviously take some sort of action to it. However, this tax reporting for crypto will change many more times down the road because they still have no idea how to approach this. Okay, there's going to be a lot of changes coming up in the horizon. And now let's take a look at what is a better investment, XRP or Bitcoin in 2024. Simple math, very conservative, and let me know what your thoughts are of these price targets. And we're using a 2030 price target. Okay, take a listen to this. So let's say if you were to buy XRP right now at today's value, for $1,000, you're going to get 408. 3,000, you're going to get 1,200. For 5,000, you're going to get 2,000 XRP. If you were to buy Bitcoin right now, you're going to get, the Satoshi 0.01, 0.03, 0.05 for 5,000 for Bitcoin. When we fast forward and when we give a rough price projection, a conservative target for 2030, okay, XRP at $100 by 2030 and Bitcoin trading at $2.5 million, okay, by 2030. This is the numbers that we have here, okay? Actually, let me backpedal. We're talking about a $2 million Bitcoin by 2030, okay? So a $2 million Bitcoin by 2030, that means the market cap has to be over $40 trillion, give or take, for Bitcoin, okay? By 2030, $40 trillion market cap. And for XRP, for $100 XRP, the market cap has to be a little bit over $10 trillion. My goodness, right? My goodness. I hope some people really understand how XRP will even be much, much higher than that, okay? Just like think about it, logically speaking. Why would Bitcoin have a $40 trillion market cap that provides no use case, as opposed to a utility token at $100 with a $10 trillion market cap, right? Utility and demand, it's going to be a completely different ballpark here, okay? When Bitcoin, when XRP goes to $100, your investment from 2024 for $1,000 is going to be $40,000. For $3,000, it's going to be $122,000. And for a $5,000 investment in 2024 and 2030, it will be $204,000. If you were to put that amount in Bitcoin, as you guys could see the screen, right? Your 1,000 is going to be half of what you would be for XRP, and it's pretty much half all around. So you let me know what is the better option here in the comments down below. But realistically speaking, I personally think in the future, XRP's market cap is going to be a lot higher than Bitcoin. And when that happens, people are going to understand how a utility-driven market cap isn't measured by, you know, like it's not measured by, it's infinite, right? A lot of people say XRP can't go to, you know, $100 because of its market cap. It will be too high. But those kind of individuals are like, what do we call them? We call them pigeon brains, because, you know, it's so hard to wrap my head around how people don't understand that. It's logically speaking, mathematically speaking, scientifically speaking, the value of XRP has to go to $100, or it just logically doesn't make sense for what they're trying to do here, right? So I know it's going to go to $100. I don't care if you agree with me or if you disagree with me. I know time will settle all arguments. It's not a matter of, you know, if it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. And my projection for a $100 XRP is by 2030. Okay, and in this price calculation we did today, you know, the numbers say obviously XRP is the better opportunity here, but the media will tell you that Bitcoin is the better opportunity here. Why is that? Why is that? Remember, the same people were putting down Bitcoin, and now they're telling you to buy Bitcoin. They're only talking about Bitcoin. Like, that should be a red flag. They don't talk about anything else. Think about that. Think about that, people. Take matters to your own hand, okay? Take action. Get into crypto. There's nothing scary about this. The onboarding might be scary. Sending transactions might be scary because it's a completely different era. But guess what? You got to do it yourself, okay? Pull your pants up. Get into this ecosystem and get in before the next wave of capital comes, because this time next year, I'm telling you right now, there isn't even going to be a point for us buying, okay? This time next year is going to be a completely different game. It's done. It's done. Retail isn't going to be priced, like, when we say retail is going to be priced out, they're going to be priced out to a point where it's going to take them probably 8 years, maybe 5 years for them to actually accumulate large bags. Think about it. Accumulation phases is done. It's game over. Nobody should be buying Bitcoin right now unless you're coming in with major capital. Like, if you're coming in with $400,000, $500,000, $700,000, yeah, you know, hedging your portfolio against Bitcoin makes a little bit of sense. But if you're coming with anything under that, Bitcoin is not the way to go. It's not for you. This is completely for the wealthy now, okay? You getting bits of Bitcoin is not going to do anything, okay? As much as it may sound harsh, and some people may disagree with me, if you disagree with me, okay, cool. Like, logically speaking, nobody should be disagreeing with that standpoint because it logically makes sense, okay? Who is going to buy one full Bitcoin right now, right? Who is going to dump $20,000 in Bitcoin right now? Because logically speaking, you're better off dumping your $20,000 into way other options out there, okay? Axelar for being one of them, okay? A little tip. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate every single one of you guys, and we'll be back with another video.
We started building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch. I think what we're building has, you know, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.